I think we are live, bud. Yep, we are. So I'm going to tell them to refresh their screens.
Okay. Cool.
Guys, what is up? If you are on here with us, we've got on the page that we sent out to that you should be on. There's a little chat down there. Let us know that you can hear us, see us, and that we're coming through loud and clear. And then we're going to get ready to rock. What's going on, Adam?
Yeah, what's up, Justice? Very excited. Very excited to be back with the Biz Builder Challengers. That's really cool. Our group that we kicked off this thing with in January. This is a little bit of a reunion here.
Yeah, for sure. And I saw Roxanne put in the chat, congratulations to Antonio. Antonio deserves a huge congratulations for getting Member of the Month inside My Lead System Pro. Huge shout out, buddy. With what we drop on you tonight, you are going to be able to take those numbers to a whole nother level.
For sure.
Cool. I've been live for 5. Yeah, I appreciate that, Tim. I've been live for 54 and 10 years. What we do need to know is, can you hear us and see us? That's the most important feedback you can give us right now, so we can rock and roll with the hi, Adam and Justice. I'm going to guess that that's a hear you and see you. Let's see. Guys, how about someone say, yes, hear and see you fine? That's what we're looking for here. We're not going to have a huge group tonight. This is just the challengers on here tonight. So somebody please let us know that we're not just all chatting in a little chat box down here, and that you can actually see our faces and hear our voices, so that we can rock and roll. Yeah, and then we're gonna get right to it and give you. All right, thank you, Antonio. Yes, we can hear and see you. Appreciate it. Super pumped. Adam. First of all, we've talked a bunch, but appreciate you as always, man. Appreciate another challenge under the belt here.
Seriously, yeah, and this is something that we've been talking about doing. What we're about to announce tonight is something that we've been talking about doing for a long time. About really creating some more leverage with the Biz Builder model, if you will, right?
Yeah, and it's funny because and guys, I mean, when I tell you we're gonna, when you stick with us, you're gonna find out how you can have incredible urgency to sell MLSP like crazy. How you can give incredible value to your people. Just so many benefits. But, Adam, we talked about this a little bit during your Dream Year Challenge and after your Dream Year Challenge, and we just couldn't wrap our heads around how it would all work, how to put it together. And, we talked about it. We talked about it in theory on this one, too, and we said we got to figure it out. And when I was going out to Colorado, I just had this moment in the plane, it was like the light bulb came on, and I went, that's it. And I got the iPad out, and I mapped it all out, and got to when I was in the event in Denver with you, I said, you got to come here and look at this. And we spread it all out. And I said, this is it, right? And we were like, that's it. We could, finally we can see it. It's doable. And we've been working very hard to put it all together. And it is, it's together. It's time. And let's, I say we get out there and tell everybody what the deal is. What do you think, bud?
Yeah, for sure. Let's do it.
So here's the deal, guys. We're putting the finishing touches on, but we are turning the Biz Builder Challenge evergreen. Okay, now maybe and we're relaunching it here, and you have an opportunity to promote it again to sign up people in the MLSP with urgency and deadlines. But the fact that it's evergreen means that you get to keep those urgency and deadlines forever. So, Adam, why don't you explain to people just a little bit what evergreen means? I know you have an evergreen funnel out there at the moment.
Yeah, exactly. So you guys, this is really, the reality is that people know with something like MLSP, people know that they can join just as easily tomorrow as they can today, right? So as marketers, we really need to engineer urgency into our processes. Right, we've got to find ways of doing that, and for a long time we've been doing that through these live challenges. And now we're kind of phasing ourselves as like I don't know how if I'm, it's not like we're phasing ourselves out of the process, because we're very much still in the process, but we're you know, we're not going to be there doing it live the way that we have in the past. So basically, I have a sales funnel right now where it's every Thursday I have an automated webinar that sells my List Leverage 2.0 product, and every Sunday it expires. So I get to leverage the urgency on Thursday of the live webinar. That's not really live. I recorded it one time, right? And I see a lot of sales come through on Thursdays, and especially on Sundays, because the replay goes out, and it's totally automated to where, you know, Friday they get an email, you know, talking about the webinar replay. Saturday, Sunday they get an email that say, hey, it's about to expire, right? And then Sunday, right before the midnight deadline, hey, it's going to expire at midnight. And it really does. It really does simulate a launch, right? Like the excitement of the urgency of a launch, but it does it in a way to where it's really automated, and it doesn't have all of the, I guess you could say, stress that a launch does, yeah. Right?
Yeah, and so, you know what? I don't know if you noticed this, but when we did the Biz Builder Challenge, at the beginning we were promoting it as the 2016 Biz Builder Challenge. And then we took that word and that branding out of it when we did the webinars and all that good stuff. So here's what we're doing. Not only, so first of all, we have put the challenge itself into an evergreen format, meaning that when a person starts the challenge on Thursday night, they get week 1 in automated webinar format. The following Thursday, they get week 2 in automated webinar format. And it says to them, hey, week 1's coming up, you know, like here's week 1. Now we're not pitching this as live, okay? You know, but basically stuff gets unlocked and they can attend each week of the challenge via webinar. It's going to be, you know, automated at 9 p.m. It starts on a Thursday, just like we started at 9 p.m. on a Thursday during the challenge. Every Monday, they're going to get a call recording released. And the following day, the recordings show up in their back office. And it doesn't matter whether someone starts this Thursday, next Thursday, next Thursday, next Thursday. That will always be the case. When they start, the challenge starts for them. Now, here's what's really cool. We are relaunching the challenge. Okay, put these dates on your calendar, guys. We are relaunching the challenge. The first promotion webinar is going to be the 22nd of March. Links will be in your back office within the next 48 hours with instructions. The second promotion webinar will be the 28th of March, a Monday. And here's what's cool. The second promotion webinar is a Monday night webinar. The challenge will then start, okay, on March 31st. It'll go live, and everyone will get invited to week 1 just like they did in the past. You'll be able to invite them to week 1 if you want, just like you were in the past, and then the doors will close the day after. Now, here's what's really cool. We're going to take one of those webinars. We're going to turn it into an automated webinar, and you're going to be able to promote that permanently if you want. And every Monday will be the webinar. And every Thursday, a new challenge will start, coded to you. These people will be coded to you. So if they join because of the urgency, they join you in MLSP. And every Friday, the doors will close. And that new challenge will be off and running. Okay? So I want you to think about, and maybe we can, guys, who thinks that's pretty awesome? So I want some feedback from you. For those who understand it, those who have questions. I would love, maybe if Antonio's around, maybe we can bring him out, because I know he signed up a fair amount of people during the challenge, talking to him, et cetera, and we can maybe leverage his stories a little bit to give people an example of how they can use this. What do you think, Adam?
Yeah, that sounds good for sure. And while you're doing that, let me just share, like, I mean, how cool is that, you guys? Just kind of try and picture the vision here, is that you're going to be able to every week get people onto a live webinar that's going to really have a lot of urgency, that's going to put people into your MLSP team, and then they're going to be part of a 6-week coaching program. So the urgency of getting them in as a member, and then also the fact that the retention is going to be huge on the other side because of the fact that they're in a coaching program that goes for 6 weeks. It's going to be, it's going to be a lot less likely for people to bail after the first week of their trial.
Absolutely. And what's so cool is, let's say you're talking to somebody that's an MLSP prospect. Every time you talk to somebody, you can say, hey, there's actually a 6-week challenge starting this week that you can jump on. And that Antonio just said he's willing to jump out. I'm going to drop him a quick link that you can jump on, and you can use the starting of the new challenge to create urgency with the prospect you're talking to, and you can get them on to week 1 or week 2, and you can follow up with them, and you can make sure they're staying on the program. So you're leveraging our resources to hold them accountable, so you don't have to put so much time and energy into it. But they've got a 6-week program to keep them vested, and every week you could use Thursday as a deadline. Every week you could give them a reason to buy. Larry Thompson used to say that, we need a reason to sell and reason to buy. They need a reason to buy. We need a reason to sell. Yeah. And that's what you have. You have this every single week. Let me just return this text.
Yeah, it's a reason to promote. It's a reason to do business. It's like, that's the whole reason, that's one of the main reasons of doing a challenge in the first place. And now we're doing it again, but just in a very different way.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. And so here's, just so everybody's super clear, right? I mean, things will be coded like they were before. You'll have coded links you can go out there and promote. And then we have the whole thing set up and automated, okay, from a standpoint of follow-up. So it all goes onto one master list. Okay, so we can't hook up your Aweber or any of that stuff. You know what I mean? If you promote this, it's like you're promoting an affiliate launch. But the cool part is, when someone comes into the process, they get all the emails reminding them of the upcoming webinar. Then they get all the emails giving them the webinar replay. Then they get the cart closing. Then they get the emails that say, hey, week 1, we've decided to open week 1 to the public. They get all the invite emails to week 1. Right? Then they might come on week 1. Then they get the notification that says, hey, here's the replay of week 1. Then they get the cart closing notifications, and then they got to be in. And when they buy, you simply send us their information, or believe it or not, we can actually set it up as to where new MLSP members of yours immediately get triggered into the challenge. Okay, it's got to be an all or nothing thing. So in other words, it can't be just the MLSP members that come in through that funnel. It's an all or nothing thing. If you want us to set it up that way, we can. But it's either all members or no members at all. But the bottom line is when someone comes in, we trigger the challenge, and they start their challenge. What's up, Mr. Antonio? Oh, are you there?
It looks like he's got a.
He was.
Looks
there.
like he's frozen. He's also muted.
He was there for a moment. I'm sure he'll come back on. So, are you with us? Try unmuting yourself, buddy.
Sometimes it just takes a minute. Yeah, okay, we got you.
Awesome.
Awesome. So, what do you think of the news there, Antonio? Oh, we lost you.
Man, that's exciting. Let's try this again. Can you hear me now?
Yep.
That's. Can you hear me? That's good. Cool, man. It's exciting. Definitely something to leverage to jump on board with some urgency.
All the time. How many people did you sign up when you were promoting the challenge, Antonio?
About 8
Wow.
trials. And folks dropped off, obviously, but
So you were able to do
retain.
8 trials in a week to 2 week period of time.
Yeah.
So
You
what was
excited to do that again?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
what if you could personally choose to do that once a month?
That's pretty cool.
And you said, yeah, and you said, hey, you know what? I can't promote this thing all the time, but at the end of every month, I'm going to create my own little mini launch, and I'm going to, the challenge is going to go live, and I'm going to, I'm going to promote it a little bit, and then the people I get to talk to, I'm going to follow up with and say, hey, it's firing up on Thursday, and then I'm going to plug him in. How many do you think that you could sign MLSP people up on the regular, like, in bunches like you did, at any point you want now with this in your corner?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Definitely the value and what's possible with the challenge would make it so enticing for someone to join, to get started right away.
Right. And I mean, when you signed up those 8 people, was some of that through phone conversation where you had to create a little urgency, like, hey, the challenge is starting?
Yeah, so both, starting conversation on Facebook and then getting them on the phone and saying, hey, it's going down, let's get started, definitely, get your trial, let's go. But definitely a combination of both Facebook and phone.
Yeah, right? Yeah, so, I mean, I just hearing that you signed up 8 people during that period of time makes me just even that much more excited about what we're putting together here, right, Adam? I mean...
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah, it also...
Yeah, that's huge, dude.
It also was opportunity for me to go back to people I talked to before and say, hey, we talked about MLSP before, I got this awesome challenge happening, check this out. And those folks came on board as well.
Awesome. Yeah, reason to buy, reason to sell.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you guys, anybody can do, I mean, look, we're not special, okay? Antonio is not special.
No.
We just take action, you guys. That's really it, okay? It's like yeah, Justice and I have been doing this for a long time. We have some, we've got infrastructure and we've got stuff in place, but like, the reason why Antonio, was able to get 8 people, in January when we were doing this is because he was promoting it with conviction, and he was, it was his energy and his enthusiasm about it that was bringing the people in. Would you agree with that, Antonio? I mean, it's really, there wasn't anything that special that you were doing. You were just taking action, right?
Yeah, 100%, 100%.
Yeah, it's funny. I thought about it today. I said, Antonio is one of the only people who I've has been a student along the way, or we've worked with. One of the few who's in my email inbox every morning, right? Has a piece of content every morning coming out to me.
Yeah.
And we've had a lot of students come through, right? But a lot of people don't take that action.
Right.
And that's why Antonio just got Member of the Month inside My Lead System Pro. Antonio, you're L2 pushing L3. You're like in that transition right now?
Yeah. Few more people.
How quickly are you going to get to L3 now if we leverage another launch like this?
Probably next week. No, end of the month. End of the month.
Right.
That's the goal. End of the month.
So I just want you guys to see this. I mean, just picture this. You can launch the challenge whenever you want. That's the way we're setting it up. You can create the launch whenever. You could say, you know what? I'm going to do a little thing. This Monday is going to be the webinar. I'm going to lead up to it, and then Thursday the challenge starts. And I'm going to use it to sign up MLSP people and use the leverage. And when you do that, you do your little launch. You've got the resources that we set you. Our emails put all the deadlines on them. When you talk to them, you can put the deadlines on them. In your emails, you can put the deadlines on them. And boom, they're in. You either we have it set up where all your MLSP members go into the challenge, or you send us a message. We enter the person into into the challenge, and all of a sudden they get the email that says, "Welcome to the challenge. Here's your access. Here's your bonuses. Week 1 starts on Thursday." Then Thursday comes and it says, "Hey, here's week 1 at 10 tonight." And then on Monday they get a message that says, "Don't forget about today's call recording." And then at 10 a.m. they get a thing that says, "Here's today's call recording. Here's today's audio." And they get a message that says, "Hey, your replays are up." And it just does it over and over and over and over. And if someone starts today to this Thursday, it would unlock, it would be week 1. And the week 1 replay would get unlocked right after that.
Yeah.
If someone starts 3 weeks from now, they start on week 1 and the week 1 replay gets unlocked right after that. And it's forever. It's going to be a forever thing.
Right. That's so cool.
That's why we took 2016 out of it when we started teaching it.
Right. Yeah, you know, when I was just getting started, I remember the business that I got involved in, it was all around the success story of this one guy, right? All the marketing was created around the success story of this one guy, how he went from being a muffler salesman to making like $20 million on the internet, right? And they said they're like you really want to leverage other people's successes, right, while you're creating your own success story. And that's really what we've created here, is an opportunity for you to leverage us, leverage what we have. I mean, you guys, think about the resources that it takes to put something like this together. I mean, the automated webinar system is $70 a month. Justice and I pay for our Infusionsoft account that is basically required for this process to happen. That's $250 a month. There's Zapier in order to get the communication happening between MLSP and Infusionsoft, and that's like $20-$30 a month. Yep. I mean, you're talking about $300. There's $350 a month easily right there. That you don't have to do anything. Just plug it in.
Yeah. Then the capture pages built through Lead Pages. Then you talk about the custom coding that we've had done, right? So that it pulls your cookie and that your cookie is being sent out in our emails.
Yeah. I
mean, just that infrastructure. And you know what, Adam? I mean, it might make people's heads spin a little bit, but. Let me not do this yet. Give me 2 seconds. I'm going to go over to Infusionsoft.
The email campaign? Yeah, we basically took all the emails that we sent through the Biz Builder Challenge in January and created them in an automated format. I mean, it's definitely been some work to get this thing automated, but it's going to be worth it.
So. Let me see if I can screen share here, and we'll just take people inside. Give them a look at where the magic's going to happen. Okay. So some of this still needs to be made active, but you can see here's where people opt into your forums. Auto Biz Builder 1 and Auto Biz Builder 2 have both been coded for you guys. And then what happens is, this is so cool. They get a welcome email to the webinar, what to expect on the webinar. Right, so all the copy will be written, and then Sunday at 8 a.m. they get a day before the webinar email. Monday at 8 a.m. they get a morning of, the webinar's happening tonight. Monday at 8 p.m. they get an hour before warning, and Monday at 9 p.m. they get a starting now email. Doesn't matter what Tuesday, what Monday, what Sunday that is. Whatever the next one is after you promoted the webinar. So if you promote the webinar today, this upcoming Monday, or this upcoming Sunday, they'd get this first email the day before the webinar reminder. If you promote it next week, same thing. After it happens, okay, they get the replay, then we give them some hard calls to action, some last chance stuff, and then here it is. We decided to open week 1 to the public. They get an email telling them the morning of, hey, we decided to open week 1 to the public. Then they get last chance, 1 hour, week 1 starts, then starting now, then they get the replay of week 1, and they get 2 last chance emails to get in the challenge before it's said and done. Pretty cool stuff, right, guys? And in the moment they buy the challenge, doesn't matter where it happens in there, the moment you let us know, okay, or if we have it set up to capture the information, the moment that happens, they would, either you let us know or we have it set up to capture their information. They'll get pulled out of here, and they end up in challenge week 1. Okay? What does it do? It sends them to week 1. Challenge week 2. What happens here? As soon as we get past week 1, they get access to the replay of week 1. It gets released to them, and they get hit with an email that says, hey, your replay's up. Then don't forget about today's call. And then after that, they're going to get a reminder that the call's up. And then week 2, 1 hour warning. Week 2 happens tonight. Week 2, 1 hour warning. Week 2 starting now.
Yeah, so basically exactly what you were experiencing when we did it live back in January, they're going to be experiencing, I mean, well, starting in April, but then moving forward from there.
Yep, and their process is gonna be 6 weeks, no matter where they start. How cool is that?
Yeah, way cool.
Cool stuff,
But
Anthony?
you guys, but like that stuff, like the emails and the timers and stuff, you guys don't have to worry about any of that stuff. We love that kind of thing because we're total marketing nerds. But like for you, you just need to get people to the coded webinar pages. That's it.
Yeah. And let's be real here. You want to build your list, so this isn't where you're going to drive all of your traffic, right? We don't have the technology to hook up multiple lists. Maybe down the road we will. But the bottom line is anytime you want, you have a launch that promotes MLSP for you that you could push. And anytime you want, you can leverage that urgency and make sales.
Yeah.
And it's just I'm just so pumped about it. I really am. So if you guys have any questions, I mean, now would be the time. Antonio, feel free to, if you have questions or if you have input, by all means.
No, I mean, I think this is great. I'm looking forward to leveraging this.
Finding up another 8 to 10 people.
Hey, that's L4 right there.
Yeah, right.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And it's funny because Roxanne said, everybody in MLS, this would be great for all new MLSP members. Yeah, it would be, and just a couple of things I guess, Adam, we should make clear is, one, that if somebody's an MLSP member, if you have an MLSP member in your team and you want them to be able to leverage this, you can. Just like last time, MLSP Mastery members who are not in this can get in the challenge for $97. And they'll go through the 6-week process just the same. They'll get the promotional stuff. They'll get the bonuses. We've got a page that we built, Adam, which is ready to go, by the way, that they can buy the $97. The $97 is not commissionable. Okay, that's the way we had it set up last time. It's not commissionable. There's no guarantee on it. There's no anything. It's just $97. They get the challenge, the Colorado Mastermind, the audios, and the ability to go out there and promote the challenge if they want. And so if you think that would help an MLSP member of yours and keep them longer and the challenge, they'd get value out of it, then it might be something you want to recommend to them. Is it going to pay you a commission? It's not. That's the way we set it up last time, and I think it worked just fine. We had about 50 people, 60 people come in there, and people were referring people very happily, actually, because they felt they got so much value out of getting into the challenge. So, yeah.
Right, and also just to be clear, I mean, you guys could do the challenge again too if you wanted to. I mean, the fact that you either signed up to Mastery to be here or you paid $97 to be here because you were an existing MLSP member. I mean, this is your stuff that you have lifetime access to. Anything like that. I mean, you could do the challenge all over again if you wanted to. And bring people along with you. That would be a cool way to bring people in. Be like, hey, check this out. I've committed to doing this 6-week coaching program with these guys. Why don't you sign up under me in Mastery and we'll do it.
Wow, that is so true, Adam. It is so true that at any moment, it's almost like you could look at it like you're running your own little challenge with them.
Yeah.
Except you don't have to do the training. You just have to stay on track with them.
Yeah, exactly.
That's so powerful. It's crazy powerful, right? That you could run an accountability challenge with them at any point and leverage all the infrastructure and automation that we've put in place.
Yeah.
Badass.
Yeah, total game.
That way. Wow. Right. Yeah.
Right. And all it takes is just some enthusiasm and some excitement and some, that's leadership. That is leadership to be like, hey, check this out. I've committed to doing this thing. I'm really excited about it. I think it's going to, let's go.
Yeah. I mean, think about it. It's like every time that, the times when people say to us, oh, I'm really ready this time. I'm going to recommit. Now you can commit it. You can do it at any moment. You can pick a date. You can pick a Thursday when it starts. You can get out there. You can get super pumped. Get a bunch of people excited. Get in contact with a bunch of people. Say, hey, this is what I'm doing. This is where I'm going. This is how it works. If you want to come with me, all you got to do is take this $10 trial, check it out, and be off and running. You can start a fire at any moment. All you have to do is so awesome.
Yeah.
So awesome. Well, guys, that is the extent of the announcement. We wanted to keep it short and sweet tonight. We wanted to keep you guys, we wanted to keep you guys informed. And if you're jumping on late, I see some people that are jumping on late. If you're jumping on late, we'll definitely be sending this replay out. But we're excited, guys, and we think that this is going to be an opportunity for you guys to really crush it in My Lead System Pro. And we just didn't want this challenge to. There was no leverage in the challenges anymore, right? And we almost thought like, it just doesn't make a lot of sense anymore. We just 100-day challenge, all that stuff. That's 14 weeks. We're in the trenches for this stuff, and yeah, I mean, there's an opportunity maybe to sell at the end or things like that, but the content wasn't evergreen. And this year we really focused on keeping it evergreen so that we could turn it into this, and that you guys could keep using it and using it and using it, and now you've got real leverage in your corner. Any day, any week you want, you could fire things up in your business, you could have a deadline, you could create urgency, you can make sales, and you can use the challenge personally, for good. So I'm so fired up.
Yeah. Yeah, it's exciting stuff.
Cool. Any closing words, Adam?
That's just stay tuned. Stay tuned to your be on the lookout for emails from us, because we will be communicating. This is definitely, you definitely want to re-engage in the Facebook group. We are going to be re-engaging in the Facebook group as well as communicating with you via the group and via email. So stay tuned, because that is going to be, those two modalities are going to be our primary means of communication from this point forward. And there are going to be some, some things that you're going to need to know between now and next week that you're going to want to really stay on top of.
Yeah. So somebody asked, when does this start? Right? Like, We are going live with the first promotional webinar on Tuesday the 22nd, and then on Monday the 28th we're doing a second promotional webinar, and the challenge, the Evergreen Challenge, will go live on Thursday the 31st. So yeah, like Adam said, stay totally tapped in your emails, start creating buzz, amongst your audiences, create curiosity. There's something coming. One thing that would be really awesome is if you guys are fired up. I mean, don't manufacture this, but if this fires you up, make sure to go over in the Facebook group and let us know, that I'm going to go post there right now, Adam, who's fired up about tonight's announcement.
Yeah.
Make sure to let us know, because this is going to benefit. A lot of people are going to just kind of not pay attention, and they're going to miss out big time. And by you creating a little buzz with us, we're gonna help some people get on track.
Yeah, seriously, that's a good point. Yeah, please help us re-engage the community.
So I'm typing that in there right now. Awesome. So dropped it in there. Guys, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. Keep a close eye on your emails. Antonio, bud, even though you had to jump off, thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks, Antonio.
Appreciate you. Excited to watch you crush it with this, and we'll keep you super, super posted.
Awesome, guys.
Be good.
See ya.